maybe look at one of those and say, God, is there something in this that I can name and maybe move towards some reconciliation on this issue? So I commend that to you. The other thing we offer, as you may have gotten in touch with reality, just a touch tonight, and want to step further into it, we offer what's called the rite of reconciliation. That is what you may have heard called confession. While it does involve confession, it's really just a chance to be in a room with another person who will treat what you say with sacred confidence and will remind you that no matter what is revealed when the curtain is pulled back, you are loved and forgiven. And some people find that very meaningful, powerful, and dare I say healing to actually do that with another human being as opposed to just sort of in your head. So we offer that. We have information about that in the back of the bulletin. You can send us an email. We'll set up a time, and we would be more than happy to do that with you. And even if you think about it, but you're not sure, and you just want to talk about what that might mean, you can just send us an email, and we'll be happy to talk with you about that. Finally, with the Lenten stuff, if you want us to pray for you, we would love to do that. We are always praying for you in our congregation. But if you have something specific you would like us to pray for during the season of Lent, we, the clergy of St. Alban's, make an intentional effort to do so. And so there are little paper prayer cards in the hallway on the way out on a table, and you can write down your prayer. You can put your name or not. You can, if you don't want anybody to even see that you have a prayer request, you can send an email to prayer@stalbanswaco.org, and we will get it that way. And only the clergy log into that email account, and we'll be praying for you for whatever that may be. And even if you don't want to write the thing down, but you would like prayer for it, I ask you to join me and the people of St. Albans and our clergy to pray for Ukraine. And when I say pray for Ukraine, I don't just mean Ukraine. I mean pray for the Russian soldiers who didn't know what they were signing up for, their parents who don't know what has happened to them. Pray for the families of those deceased soldiers who are getting the 10,000 rubles that is promised to them for their son's service to their country, but which is now worth around $10. Pray for the people of Northern Africa, especially Tunisia, who every year the vast majority of their grain comes from Ukraine, but will now not arrive. And those who could have barely afforded it before will not be able to afford it at its new higher prices. Pray for those who are poor and hungry around the world, because the cost of everything they buy will go up because of rising oil prices and just the cost of commodities that will increase as a result of that. Pray for children who've lost parents. Pray for those who are confused. Pray for those who are alone and dying. Pray for the church in Ukraine and Russia that is serving people who are going through this really awful crisis. So I invite you to pray, and pray for those places in the world that have endured situations like this or worse, yet have largely gone unnoticed or unmentioned in our Twitter feed and on our TVs. Pray for Ukraine. That's what I mean when I say pray for Ukraine. As you come forward for Holy Communion, I remind you that all baptized Christians are welcome to receive communion here. This is the Lord's table, the table of reality, the table of mercy. And we invite you forward. If for some reason you don't want to receive communion, we still invite you forward. And if you cross your arms over your chest, we will know to pray a blessing for you. If you are not baptized, I can take care of that. So talk to me about that as well. If, as part of your worship, as you come, there are offering plates here for you. If you've already supported St. Albans, we thank you so much for your generosity. And if you'd like to give, there's, again, information in your bulletin about that. Thank you for being part of this service tonight. Thank you for being part of this church and the body of Christ. I remind you now, in the words of St. Paul, to walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself for us, an offering and sacrifice to God.
From us, O Please stand. The Lord be with you.
And with